हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, हाउ आर यू? होपफुली आप सब बहुत अच्छे होंगे। बेटा, हमने पीरियडिक क्लासिफिकेशन चैप्टर ऑलमोस्ट फिनिश करा और अब हम अपनी रेगुलर लाइव क्लासेस में भी चैप्टर शुरू कर चुके हैं। न्यू चैप्टर इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर further study of inorganic chemistry as well as inorganic chemistry, and this chapter is also very crucial for your subjective exams, so please understand it. It's just starting of the chapter, so go through for the basics because this is very important, very important for the further studies as well as competition and subjective portion both. It is very simple, but some concepts you have to understand, otherwise it would be difficult. Okay, so let's start chemical bonding. बेटा, हम इस चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे कि बॉन्डिंग होती क्यों है, केमिकल बॉन्डिंग है क्या, बॉन्डिंग कैसे होती है, कोई केमिकल स्पीशीज बॉन्डिंग क्यों करता है, ठीक है, और बॉन्डिंग कितने टाइप की होगी, केमिकल बॉन्ड्स क्या हैं, फिजिकल बॉन्ड्स क्या हैं, इसके अलावा बॉन्डिंग की थ्योरीज क्या क्या हैं, और फिर हम इसी में स्टडी करेंगे अबाउट द कॉन्सेप्ट्स, दैट इज molecular shapes of the molecules, and the two very important concepts, hybridization and resonance, and at last we will study about the physical bonding. Okay, so dear students, let's start chemical bonding. Dear students, you know, basically all chemical substances exist in nature in two forms. One is the elemental form and another is the compound form, और फिर हम इन्हीं से मिक्सचर या कोई और चीज़ बनाते हैं. बेसिकली chemical substances, all chemical substances chemically exist in two forms, elements and compounds. Elements may be atoms or molecules. Pure substances हैं, elements may be atoms or molecules. Compounds formed by the elements in the different proportions, or maybe compounds and molecules. Elements like, suppose you have sodium as an element, carbon as an element, hydrogen as an element, oxygen as an element. ये molecular form भी है इनकी free state. Compounds in which two or more elements combine together in their different proportions. So this is the general about chemical species. Okay, maybe atoms, maybe molecules, maybe elements, maybe compounds. बेटा, आप सभी जानते हो कुछ एलिमेंट्स ऐसे हैं जैसे इनर्ट गैसेस, हीलियम, आर्गन, नियॉन, क्रिप्टॉन, xenon, radon. These have most stable electronic configurations, and these do not react with any other species or with each other under normal conditions. वैसे तो हम ये मान के चले कि ये रिएक्शन ही नहीं करते, अगर करेंगे तो इनकी आयनाइजेशन एनर्जी बहुत ज़्यादा है, बहुत हाई टेम्परेचर देना होगा, कोई ऐसा स्पीशीज चाहिए साथ में जो इनको डिकम्पोज कर सके, इनके इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बाहर निकाल सके. सो वी कंसीडर दैट inert gases generally do not take part in the reactions. So basically inert gases have most stable electronic configuration, most stable nature. Every element in the periodic table, 118 elements still discovered, every element wants to stabilize itself. And how can it stabilize? So every element wants to attain electronic configuration of the inert gases. Now to attain electronic gas configuration, elements start combination with others to complete their outermost orbit, and outermost orbit complete करने के लिए उसकी बाहर वाली orbit में 2 या 8 electrons होने चाहिए. You know, if it completed 2 electron, then it is called duplet, and if it completed 8 electron in the outermost, it is called octet. So this is the basic about chemical bonding. Let's start. Chemically, all the substances may exist as element or compound. You can say atom or molecules also. Okay. There is the bond, attraction or interaction forces. Chemical species, atoms may combine together to form molecules, or elements may combine together to form compounds. Okay, and the bond means this is the interaction or attraction force between the species. Basically, bonds we studied in the syllabus can be classified as a chemical bond and as a physical bond. Okay, chemical bonds basically are those in which valence electrons includes directly in the bond formation. Chemical bonds are those in which chemical species like atoms, molecules, compounds combine together with the involvement of electrons in the bond formation. That is maybe by the transfer of electrons from one atom to another, or maybe by the sharing of electrons. Okay, while the physical bonds, basically these are the weak interaction forces in which no valence electron inclusion take place, or there is no role of the valence electrons, but these interact to each other by very weak forces, interaction forces, maybe due to their some partial charge, maybe due to their size. Okay, so generally chemical bonds are the force which hold the atoms together within a molecule. Now within a molecule, how atoms hold together? Definitely either maybe there is a transfer of electrons, so get the species get some charge, one get positive charge and there is negative charge, or maybe there is the mutual sharing of electrons. बेटा आप सभी जानते हो बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन का मतलब जस्ट लाइक अ रिलेशन ऑफ फ्रेंडशिप. आप समझते हो अगर आप अपने किसी फ्रेंड से फ्रेंडशिप करते हो then there is definitely the transfer from one to another or there is the mutual sharing. हो सकता है आप एक दूसरे से टॉक शेयर करते हो, अपनी बुक शेयर करते हो, अपना लैपटॉप शेयर करते हो, ठीक है, या अपना पेन शेयर करते हो, इवन अपने थॉट्स शेयर करते हो. सो दिस इज द फ्रेंडशिप बॉन्ड. ओके, और मे बी एक कोई दूसरे को कुछ दे रहा है तो भी आप एक दूसरे से बॉन्ड बना लेते हो. बॉन्ड का मतलब इंट्रैक्शन से है. केमिकल स्पीशीज में यही बॉन्ड्स मे बी आयनिक बॉन्ड्स. हाउ दीज आर फॉर्म्ड आई विल डिस्कस. Maybe covalent bonds, maybe metallic bonds, maybe coordinate bond. I am going to detail ionic, covalent, metallic and coordinate. Covalent bond further can be subdivided as the polar and non-polar bonds. I will discuss in this chapter in detail. Now physical bonds, these are the weak interaction forces. There is the molecules that interact, intermolecular forces. Molecules के बीच के forces है भाई, intermolecular forces. इन्हें आप interatomic forces कह सकते हो. Interatomic forces, but these are the intermolecular, interspecies forces. These are basically two types: hydrogen bonding and van der Waals forces. Basically, this part, according to the syllabus, shifted to the next chapter in the states of matter. But I will discuss at least hydrogen bonding in this chapter. वैसे मैंने आपको ये सारा ही समझाना है. Then I will discuss in detail. Okay, so this is the general introduction about bonding. Now, some questions are arised when we study chemical bonding. Definitely there are some questions which motivate us to how we have to study about chemical bonding. What are the questions? Why do atoms combine? ऐसा क्यों होता है? Atoms combine ही क्यों करते हैं? Why hydrogen combine with hydrogen to form H2? Why not form H3? Why hydrogen and oxygen combine together to form water? Why atoms combine together? Why do atoms have tendency to combine with each other as well as itself? Because of their unstable electronic configuration, because of incomplete outermost orbit. And remember, every species wants to attain its complete outermost orbit so that it retains the stability and inert gas electronic configuration. And for this purpose, every species either may transfer its electrons or may share electrons with each other. So these are some questions. Why only certain elements combine to form molecules? Why do some certain elements combine to form molecules? Helium do not have tendency to combine with any other atom. Neon, argon still, because of their stable configuration. So why do atoms have tendency to combine? Why only certain elements combine to form molecules? their reactivity, their inertness, we will discuss in detail. And why do molecules have definite shape? Every molecule has its definite shape. That means their bonding nature, that means their mode of bonding decides its shape. Okay, so dear students, I am going to discuss in detail one by one. But remember, why do atoms combine together? I will answer this thing. To complete outermost orbit by completing 2 or 8 electrons in the outermost orbit, outermost or valence shell. If it completed 2 electron, it means it completes duplet. If it completes 8 electrons, it means octet. This is the modern concept of chemical bonding. This is the modern concept of chemical bonding, and given by modern concept of chemical bonding and given by the scientist Kossel and Lewis approach of modern chemical bonding. Modern chemical bonding. Okay, so dear students, watch this video for the introduction. Now I am going to discuss in detail what are the mode of bonding one by one: covalent, ionic, metallic, coordinate, hydrogen and van der Waals forces in detail with their theories. Okay, so watch it. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me and wait for the next video. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.